Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Got another great video for you guys today. As usual, man, you guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, holding these guys to a standard, man. And in this video, we're going to do just that. We're going to continue with the mission. And we're going to talk about some comments that Steve Kerr made. I tell you, man, this guy Steve Kerr is a cornball, man. He's corny as hell. I don't respect Steve Kerr, man. I don't. His coaching prowess, I think it's a little bit overrated, overblown. And these statements that he made about LeBron James, man, once again, expose him as, just like I said, not being in touch with reality. And once again, these guys just love to talk about LeBron James and say these things that don't make sense. They don't add up. What they say does not match the video footage or what happened in reality. And we're going to talk about some comments that Steve Kerr made as it relates to LeBron James. And I wrote this comment down just to make sure I got it right word for word, guys. But once again, Steve Kerr exposing himself. These guys are corny, man. These guys stand on nothing. They have no integrity. Nothing, man. Excuse me, guys. I'm so tired of these fools, man. And I want to thank you guys, man. Everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I'm truly humbled, guys, by all support, man. It really means a lot. Shout out to everybody in the membership. Like I said, you guys emailing me, sending me messages. Like I said, just sharing your stories with me. It means a lot, guys. Thank you very much, guys. It really does. I don't say this just to say it. I always want to thank you guys because, once again, my channel's nothing without the support of you guys out there, man. The true basketball fans. That's why I'm here, man. For you guys, man. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, excuse me for a second. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I wanted to talk about some comments that Steve Kerr made in relation to LeBron James. And I believe he said the other day, I don't know if it was yesterday or after the gold medal game or whatever the case may be. And I wrote down his comment because his comment, it doesn't make any sense. Once again, these guys just talk, and what they say does not match what happened in reality, the facts of the matter. And Steve Kerr's quote was this. I'm going to read word for word. I wrote this down. After all these years of coaching against him and trying to figure out how to beat him, I'm a LeBron fan for life. That was his quote. That was quote from Steve Kerr. Now listen to what he said. After all these years of coaching against him and trying to figure out how to beat him. That statement, right, that sentence right there to me does not make any sense. Trying to figure out how to beat him. Let's think about this now. And when I say this does not add up, what he says does not match reality. It's not. Because in reality, Steve Kerr has beaten down LeBron James, has figured out LeBron James in the finals several times. So I don't really know what he's talking about. Once again, he's trying to lift LeBron James up into some realm that he's not in. As if LeBron James is undefeated against him, or LeBron James always had their number and they couldn't figure out how to beat him. He literally said, trying to figure out how to beat him. Trying to figure it out. Let's think about this now. When was the first time that Steve Kerr went against LeBron James as a coach in the finals? That was 2014. You guys remember? 2015, right? Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors. The season where the Golden State Warriors, I believe, going into that season in 2015, I believe they were like the 9th or 10th best odds to win the title that year, guys. You guys know where the Cavaliers were to win the championship in 2015? They're the number one odds. The number one odds to win the title that year. And why did they have the number one odds? Because LeBron James was playing on his second super team with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, right? You guys remember that, right? Yeah, J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson, right? All these guys on that team. Iman Shumpert, Timofey Mozgov, Matthew Dellavedova, right? You had a good cast of surrounding role players around your three stars, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, and LeBron James. All these players were still at their physical peaks, still playing at a high level. That's a super team that LeBron James put together. That was the first year that Cleveland Cavaliers and the Warriors played each other. The Warriors had won no championships up until that point. Zero. Steve Kerr never coached an NBA Finals up until that point. Steph Curry has won no championships. Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, none of these guys have won anything up until that point. Literally no championships. This is their first time in the NBA Finals. And Steve Kerr was able to beat LeBron James in that NBA Finals, right? When he says, oh, I had to figure out how to beat him. What'd you have to figure out? There was nothing to figure out. You figured it out after the third game. Remember, the Cleveland Cavaliers were up 2-1, guys. I don't want to hear about Kyrie Irving being hurt in game 1, Kevin Love not playing, because all that did was even the series out and make it more even for LeBron James. He lost his super team, right? He didn't have a super team in 2015. He got there with the super team, but he didn't have the super team in the finals. So in the finals, it was more even, right? And guys like Timothy Mozgov, Tristan Thompson, Matthew Dellavedova, these guys stepped up and they played their roles. They helped support LeBron James. It was LeBron James, in fact, that once again folded up. And why was this? Because Steve Kerr made a move where he took out, or inserted in Andre Iguodala into the starting lineup. So he inserted Andre Iguodala, and that seemed to be a big key for that series, to swing the series in their favor. Once again, along with LeBron James missing shots at the end of these games, folding up, not playing any defense against Andre Iguodala, not shutting Andre Iguodala down, making Steve Kerr look like a genius out there with that move. So when Steve Kerr makes this statement, all these years of coaching against him and trying to figure out how to beat him, dude, you coached against him in your first year coaching against him, you figured him out after the third game. You figured out what to do. So I don't understand what he says, trying to figure it out. You figured out in 3 games coaching against LeBron James in the finals. You figured him out. That's how simple LeBron James is to figure out. Steve Kerr figured him out after the third game of the series and understood, let me bring in Andre Iguodala, make that move, and the rest is history. They literally won 3 games in a row, and Andre Iguodala was named the Finals MVP. Andre Iguodala was named the Finals MVP, guys. And that has a lot to do with Steve Kerr making that move. That was a great move by Steve Kerr. That might be the smartest thing he's ever done in his career, was insert Andre Iguodala in the starting lineup during those finals, right? The defensive job that he did on LeBron James at the end of those games, down the stretch, forcing LeBron James into difficult shots, LeBron James not having a go-to move. He had nothing he could do at the end of these games. He was stumbling and bumbling out there, right? Throwing up bricks, taking awkward shots, taking bad shots. And he wasn't playing any defense against Andre Iguodala. So he allowed Andre Iguodala to double his scoring average from 8 points in the regular season to 16 points in the finals. That's right on LeBron James. That directly falls on LeBron James' lack of defensive effort and defensive intensity and defensive presence. Once again, exposing LeBron James' defensive abilities overall. And Steve Kerr, once again, exposing himself when you make these comments. Exposing LeBron James when you make these comments. Years coaching against him, you had to figure out how to beat him. Dude, you beat him in 2015. You should have beat him in 2016. But guys like Steph Curry, they didn't step up, right? They folded up a little bit. And the team faltered. Draymond Green got suspended. So that falls on Steph Curry. That falls on Steve Kerr as a coach. It falls on Draymond Green. But the Warriors were up 3-1. They should have won that series. But they lost in 2016. Okay, Kyrie Irving played sensational. LeBron James played great. The role players around LeBron James and Kyrie Irving stepped up. Richard Jefferson stepped up for Kevin Love when he went out in Game 3, right? J.R. Smith stepped up. Iman Shumpert stepped up. Tristan Thompson stepped up. These guys played roles, man, in vital parts at certain times during that series, guys. Go back and watch the games. Those guys played an important role. But they won in 2016, no doubt. But in 2017, the Warriors won with their super team versus LeBron James' super team. In 2018, they won over LeBron James' Cleveland Cavaliers team that he led to the finals in that weak Eastern Conference. So, out of the 4 matchups that they faced off against, Steve Kerr, Golden State Warriors versus LeBron James' Cleveland Cavaliers, in those 4 matchups, Steve Kerr and the Warriors went 3-1 against LeBron James. 3-1, and they should have been 4-0 against LeBron James. 4-0. They had a 3-1 advantage, but it's whatever. They should have been 4-0. They were 3-1, though, against LeBron James in the finals. So once again, when you listen to Steve Kerr's comments, and he says, after all these years of coaching against him and trying to figure out how to beat him, it doesn't make sense. LeBron James was trying to figure out how to beat you guys. LeBron James is the one getting coaches fired. Right there, David Blatt in 2015 Then the next year, halfway through the season, even though they're number one in the NBA with like 36-13 record or 35-15 record, whatever the hell the case may be, they had David Blatt fired. LeBron James got rid of his coach. Again, another coach that went to the finals the year before and was leading them to the best record in the NBA. LeBron James still wasn't satisfied. They fired David Blatt. They bring in Tyronn Lue. They go to the finals in 2016. They win the finals in 2016. Then they lose in 2017. Kyrie Irving leaves LeBron James after the 2017 season because LeBron James tried to have Kyrie Irving traded behind his back for Chris Paul. And once again, LeBron James taking all the limelight, all the credibility, all the credit for the win. Not giving Kyrie Irving any shine, right? Remember, that one made him the greatest of all time. Kyrie Irving leaves, LeBron James playing in that weak Eastern Conference, goes back to the finals in 2018 and gets swept. 4 games to nothing. 4 games to nothing. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell is Steve Kerr talking about. Figure out how to beat him. In 2015, once again, Steve Kerr figured it out. He figured it out. He brought in Andre Iguodala. That's all you had to do, was bring in somebody that plays a little bit of physical defense on LeBron James, and the rest is history. You think about Kawhi Leonard in 2014, right? Kawhi Leonard, who had won nothing up until that point, a young Kawhi Leonard was able to shut down and visibly frustrate LeBron James. And they won 4 games to 1 in an NBA Finals where LeBron James' team lost in record margin, right? You think about Andre Iguodala. You think about Bruce Bowen in 2007. At 35 years old, Bruce Bowen was able to frustrate, right, and harass LeBron James in those finals, right? Guys like Manu Ginobili were guarding LeBron James in those finals. Guys like Tony Parker were guarding LeBron James in the finals. And they forced him to 22 points per game on 35% shooting and 6-7 turnovers a game? 2011, LeBron James was being hounded by guys like Jason Terry, Jason Kidd. He's being hounded by these guys. Sean Marion, Deshaun Stevenson, J.J. Barea. Anyone that gets physical with LeBron James, that gets all up in him, LeBron James don't know what to do because LeBron James doesn't have any movement to get free. He has no dribbling moves to get these guys off him. He can't create space without dribbling the ball, without a screen being set for him. So any kind of defense like this frustrates LeBron James. It throws him off his game. And that's where he got exposed by Andre Iguodala in 2015. So Steve Kerr, you sound stupid. Once again, all you're trying to do is hype up LeBron James and make it seem like he's this great player, which he is, but you try to make it seem like LeBron James always beat you guys. You can never figure out LeBron James. After all these years of coaching against him and trying to figure out how to beat him, LeBron James lost more times than he's won in the finals. So apparently a lot of coaches figure out how to beat LeBron James. It wasn't that difficult. The problem for LeBron James has not been, oh, LeBron James is hard to beat. You can't stop him. No, the problem for LeBron James, he stops himself. He stops his own teammates from being successful. He doesn't allow his help to help him. And he still doesn't get that all these years later, LeBron James, because he's stupid. He doesn't have a great IQ. He's not intelligent. And once again, he's all about himself. He don't want his teammates to get any credit. He don't want the coaches to get any credit, nothing. So Steve Kerr, you sound like an idiot, like Steve Kerr usually does. Steve Kerr says a lot of dumb stuff. And once again, he's been exposed. His coaching prowess has been exposed during these Olympics. All these great players, and you still couldn't figure it out. You guys were still barely beating some of these teams that you were favored by 15, 60 points to beat. Barely beating them. You don't even play certain guys. Jason Tatum don't even play half the time. Steve Kerr don't know what he's doing out there. Steve Kerr's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. A completely overrated coach. He's winning with guys like Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. Give me Steph Curry and Kevin Durant on the same team at their peaks, and I'm winning a championship, guys. I can coach that team to a title in 2017-18. I could do that. Not impressed with what Steve Kerr did. In 2015, great job by Steve Kerr. But other than that, he ain't figured a damn thing out. And he ain't been a great coach. So your comment makes no sense. I'm a LeBron fan for life, he says. You're a LeBron fan for life. That exposes more about you. That tells more about you, Steve Kerr, than anything else. You're a LeBron fan for life. Who's a LeBron James fan? How could you be a fan of LeBron James? He's a complete dirtbag. He's a narcissist that's cheated the game, that's cheated the fans. But Steve Kerr's a fan of LeBron James for life. I feel sorry for you, Steve Kerr. It's bad, man. You must have no friends if you're a fan of LeBron James for life. You LeBron James is your fan. Are you starting to get paid money now? Steve Kerr saying his nonsensical things, trying to figure out how to beat him. Dude, you beat him three times out of 4 tries. 3 out of 4 tries, you beat LeBron James. So whatever you're saying that you're to figure out, you figured it out from day one. Once again, all it took was you to insert Andre Iguodala. That's all it took for you to figure out LeBron James, right? To figure out LeBron James can't close games. To figure out all you got to do is keep the games close and put LeBron James on the free throw line, right? Or force LeBron James into one of these awkward shots that he never hits, that he doesn't even know what to do at the end of these games. But Steve Kerr said he had to figure out LeBron James. Figure out what? What are we figuring out? That LeBron James travels all over the court. He carries the ball up and down the court. He don't play any defense. He got no leadership. He's not coachable. What did you figure out? Now you're coaching LeBron James in the Olympics. And what did you figure out? You still haven't noticed? You're a LeBron fan, even though the man was doing the too short gesture, the too small gesture, with your team down by 14 points, Steve Kerr. You're a LeBron James fan for life for that? What else are you going to figure out? Are you going to figure out how to get LeBron James all those minutes? I believe LeBron James played the most minutes in the Olympics over anybody. Meanwhile, Jason Tatum ain't playing a damn lick. Steve Kerr had to figure it out. Gotta figure out how to beat LeBron James. I beat him 3 times out of 4 tries, but I gotta figure out how to beat this guy. He's so hard to beat. No, LeBron James lost 6 times out of 10 tries. So obviously it ain't that hard to figure out how to beat LeBron James teams, because LeBron James teams all do the same thing. It's all LeBron James or nothing. Everyone's standing around trying to figure out how to play alongside LeBron James, never being the maximized or the best versions of themselves. LeBron James never maximizing his teammates. The same thing that he did in the Olympics. He didn't maximize his teammates. Steph Curry didn't even know what to do with LeBron James the first 3 or 4 games. He looked lost out there. Joel Embiid looks worse. Kevin Durant, they don't even start Kevin Durant with LeBron James. There was a reason for that, guys. Reason for that. So once again, Steve Kerr sounds to expose himself, man, as once again being one of these people that just makes nonsensical statements about LeBron James. But hey, Steve Kerr's a fan of LeBron James for life. So now that you said that, Steve Kerr, I really wasn't a fan of Steve Kerr ever, but I definitely damn sure ain't gonna respect Steve Kerr now. He said these comments. Figure out how to beat LeBron James after all these years. You guys know the deal, man. These guys are a bunch of clowns, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.